streaming, so, like, all your cuss words are too late now.
But I love cussing!
Now tell me if you can see shit, motherfucker!
Oh, I'm seeing a black screen right now, but it also says you're still offline, so let me do a refresh real quick.
Yeah, you should maybe figure that one
out.
There we go, yep.
I
Just
can
saw
see.
I just saw an eyeball monster eat shit.
Okay,
Great.
how's the sound?
Find out.
See, and I held all of my Tony Hawk announcement questions for the stream, so...
Oh, go ahead and ask.
Because I saw the link video thing that was linked, and,
What's up, Beat?
Talkie.
I'll just say I'm fine. I don't know if there was like any backing music to this video but it was a little bit. But if there was, it was a little soft.
Oh, it's very quiet because otherwise it might drown out my voice. So
there you go. Then you're good.
Yeah. But yeah, you were asking, Cass?
The video, it didn't really strike me as anything revolutionary. Are they just re-releasing the other games?
They are remaking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 in one package and adding a couple new levels.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Okay.
Wow.
That's all I want. I will play that on my Switch.
I had actually heard on the radio the other day, they were like, Tony Hawk keeps acting like something's up. What is the announcement going to be tomorrow?
And it turns out that on March 4th, it was 3-4.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I do not get it.
It's the third month, the fourth day.
Fair. And Tony Hawk 3 and 4.
Got announced, yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
This opening video is wildly longer than I remembered.
Yeah.
Also,
like, it just goes through the entirety of Ace of Spades.
Really fucking cool.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. And they have a DVD, so they can just, like, get, like, pretty decent quality video footage and just put that in there. Welcome to... Here's Tony Hawk. He's a little different looking.
Somehow that quality got worse.
I wouldn't say it looks worse. It looks different.
I like the guy in back of him trying to wiggle in unison.
Yeah, that guy actually has a bunch... Like, certain characters he'll react to very specifically, but it's almost all secret characters, so we probably won't be seeing that.
These faces
looked
are
away
stuff
from
in my
Kareem.
hair.
They're off-putting. We must accept them.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as...
Oh, the dude with the boombox, does he, like, hold that while he's skating? Like the dude in Jet Set Radio?
No, not in general. He has a special trick that will pull it out.
Is Jamie Thomas secretly Freddy Krueger?
No.
It's not a secret.
Welcome to the Foundry.
Okay, so which one are we on today?
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on your PlayStation 2.
This is where I got into the series.
Alright.
It's a good one.
Oh yeah, no, it's a fan favorite for a reason.
But the
I
stream
thought it looked better for them at the PlayStation versions. So I guess you are doing PS2 then.
Yeah, I decided to start on PS2. We will eventually do...
Oh, you're dead.
Yep. We will eventually do Tony Hawk 3 on PS1 because it is appreciably different. We're going back into the drink. Okay, no we aren't. Okay. This level might be the level that I remember the most clearly out of any Tony Hawk level. I have played it so many times.
And why is that?
I just love this game. Don't know what to tell you.
Just during the previous stream, but what system were you playing the other two games on?
Those were on PlayStation 1.
Okay.
And he was definitely playing them on a PlayStation 1. This is not up for debate.
Right. That was my question.
We all agreed it was playing on a PS1.
I recognized it. It said it right there in the border.
It did.
No, I'm trying to check something, because we did... Unless we somehow ended up with PS1 games, we didn't have a PS1 in the house. So I'm trying to figure out how I ever played the first game.
It came out on N64 and Dreamcast as well.
Also, the PlayStation 2 famously played PS1 games.
Also true.
Right, but we didn't have that.
You probably had
You
the
have a
Commodore
PS2?
64 version.
We probably had it on N64.
That makes sense. I remember playing a shitload of PS1 games on my PlayStation 2 since I had skipped basically that entire generation, except for Zelda and Banjo-Kazooie.
Damn it.
That was about it.
I'm sure I've mentioned on stream before that our family went from Atari to N64, so...
Okay,
Right, the
so
leap.
we've got most of them. I can clean up the
Yeah.
rest soon. Give me just a moment.
I will say,
Unjammer Tony.
I want to say this. I fucking love the way PS2 games look. That perfect midpoint between the absolute jank of the PlayStation era and the Xbox 360 era to today, essentially, all looks the same to me. If you compare them side by side, you can see the difference. But I was looking at screenshots of The Last of Us and comparing them to The Last of Us Part 1, the remaster, and they look the fucking same.
Yeah, there's also this particular janky period early in the the 360 PS3 generation where they wanted everything to look like Doom 3. And so everything just had this super garish contrasting shadows and it looked horrible.
Yeah.
Basically the introduction
PS2,
of bump
fucking
mapping
good.
was bad.
And I'll also state that the PlayStation 2, I feel, has a level of holy shit, look what we can do now, and it's kind of like a toddler telling you how great it is that they can recognize a word. It is impressive for the time, but also something you look at now and you're like the dude just getting soaked the foreman. What is that water effect?
Beautiful is what it is.
Yeah.
It's very much its own thing, but also a thing that is trying to be something a little bit beyond where it actually is.
They
there's
made
also-
most of those fixed function graphics pipelines.
Yeah, also, there's an economy to it. You see this, and you go, yeah, it doesn't look, incredible. Nobody's mistaking that for actual water, but it gets the job done.
And
And
it's
it
also
gets the
not
job done
constantly
very
in
simply.
texture warp soup hell, which was nice.
Yeah.
It's not baby's first pixel shader effect.
Yeah. Also, I really like how, I think there's an appreciable difference between a Dreamcast game and a PS2 game.
Oh,
They look
definitely.
They look so
100%.
different, and I think it's partially because the Dreamcast, while technically being semi-comparable to the PS2, not really, was concurrent with the N64, and PlayStation. So that's sort of so
That's
the
how its
Dreamcast
games tried to look.
Yeah, so the Dreamcast games looked like PlayStation games, only really clean.
If the Dreamcast
highest
had lasted
quality.
a little bit longer, it would have
Become a
would've
problem.
looked kind of like later PS2 games compared to the GameCube or the original Xbox games, where
Yeah.
you can kind of see that the PlayStation 2, it was great, but it was kind of the weakest hardware of the survivors of its generation.
Yeah.
Except in one particular area, which was its ability to render particle effects, where it's better than pretty much anything that existed until several generations of video hardware later. Because there's one thing that the PlayStation 2 could do really well, and that was move data from system RAM to video RAM very quickly.
Oh yeah. I think Game Hut has a video on their bespoke on Telltale Games bespoke particle system that they had, and it's just ridiculous how much you can just fuck around with that.
Yeah,
It's why a lot of why a lot of PC ports of PS2 games look a little bit like wimpy.
Mhm.
They look a bit barren.
They don't get particles
Because-
for free.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about, like, people found very strange uses for what the PS2 considered a particle. When we get to the PS1 version, we'll find that this is one of the big changes. Canada is the second level in the PS2, Xbox, GameCube version. It is the second to last level on the PS1. It's one of the most redesigned
Canada
levels.
has a great skate park.
Get Chuck unstuck. Bury the bully.
It's like school too.
Canna 2. Okay, so we got that.
A lot of bullies around here.
Yeah, and now
Hey,
they're
Genie.
fucking dead. What was the...
Fucking wreck.
let's see.
It's good to have you, Gene.
I bet the bullies
Thanks.
are actually Americans.
That would make
Probably
sense.
That's usually how it works.
Fucking tourists.
Bunch of
Fucking
hosers.
tourists.
What's important is that Chuck is unstuck.
And he will run through the level for the until the end of time on this save file.
Wait, is that the way it works?
Yeah, he's
That's
just
awesome.
running. He's just running back and forth on the edge of the level. Damn it. Doing pretty good at getting like a decent clip on getting that. Like, I've played through the base levels in this many times. Damn it. Yeah, actually, this will probably be the fastest way to get it. There. But yeah, you can hear him just running back and forth. Let's see. Try and
He's so happy to be unstuck.
he
feel
He
like-
would walk 500 miles
God.
and he would run 500 more just to be the man who got in the way of you on your skating board. La da da.
Da-da-da.
You know, that was actually a pretty good morning song. 8 out of 10.
I'm cackling. I
Right, right.
Let's see. Okay. I've impressed. Oh god, I'm not going to be able to find the last local to impress. Sucks.
You will forever remain unimpressed.
What a fucker.
He'll have like seen you in the distance out of the corner of his eye and being like, "Man, that probably was impressive." Yeah, I couldn't see it.
So, fanboy, since you're actually playing this game, and you said you've played it 10 billion times,
Yeah.
like, how does this feel compared to the previous Tonys?
I mean, it helps that it's the first one that's running at 60, or even a consistent 30. 1 and 2 are unstable games, as PS1 games tended to be. It's bigger, but it's not unreasonably bigger. There's some contemporaries that are unreasonably larger than their predecessors.
I mean, 4 was also unreasonably big.
4, I don't think 4 is unreasonably big, just because they changed the structure around it. We'll get to that later. But, oh, fuck. But, yeah, like, what I was throwing shade at was, what do you call it? Dave Mirra 2, which came out, the same...
A year later.
No, the same year.
Oh, wow.
And it is just impossible to navigate those levels. They're enormous, and you still only have a 2-minute time limit. They've also developed new techniques for dealing with songs having objectionable lyrics. In this case, they just sort of they just sort of like do weird audio looping on it. So the particular song that's playing in the background that may or may not be audible just goes into like a weird every time that The chorus reaches, "I don't really give a shit because it feels so goddamn cool."
Explain.
All right, let's see what songs on the Tony Hawk 3
Currently, the
soundtrack?
song that's playing, if you are curious, is "I'm Destroying the World."
Okay, good. All right, let's see. We got Amoeba by
Hey.
Adolescents. Check by Zebrahead. Was not expecting to see them on this list. Blitzkrieg Brup by the Ramones. Okay.
Yes.
Hey.
Not the
oh.
Same
Let's
by
go.
Body Jar. If You Must, Del the Funky Homo Sapien. All
Good
right.
choice.
Wish by Alien Ant Farm. Now, there was a band that never got a second hit. That's a shame.
Really?
Ace of Spades, Motorhead,
Motorhead,
obviously.
And wasn't their first hit a cover?
Yep.
It
Yep.
was
Their only hit.
their only hit. I mean, I think the
mean,
movies got
They've
some
still
radio
got
play.
fun.
That man is
Yeah,
just
but not
pissing.
much.
Yeah, not as much. Let's see. What's the Matter Man by Roland Bands, Cut Chemist Suit,
What's the
Ozomato.
matter, man?
The Boy Who Destroyed the World by AFI. I liked them. I can't remember why I liked them. Whatever.
Is
can
it
say?
because they destroyed the world?
I guess.
Well, if they had, we wouldn't be dealing with it, would we?
Kind of
Yep.
gold. Just the
Let's
world
get
is different.
dirty. I Can't Get in the Club by Redman. Fuck yeah, Redman. Love that guy. Paparazzi by Exhibit. Pulse by the Mad Capsule Markets. Destroying the World by Guttermouth. Hush by KRS-One. Cancer, Hard and Heat. 96 Quitter. Yeah, most of these I've never seen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna Swing It by House of Pain. Beat DJ Muggs.
One of the House of Pain songs
House
that
of
no.
Pain did a song
Yeah,
that
they have a
didn't
second song that
jump
is not
around?
Jump Around.
House of Pain had a whole fucking album of songs about how they were Irish but rappers.
It's incredible.
And nobody's heard any of those songs except for Jump Around.
Like Jump Around
that's not
is
true.
less
You
self-consciously Irish.
If you have seen the Daredevil movie
Oh
starring
god.
Ben Affleck, you have heard a few seconds of one of their other ones.
I look at it as one of those things like how nobody ever had a PS Vita, even though like I have a PS Vita, most of my friends have a PS Vita, but
nobody had it.
like nobody had a PS Vita.
Exactly.
I had one, but it was a genuinely worthless object to me.
Mhm.
I
my
found
other
it very handy for playing Super Robot Wars V while I was like
Yeah,
At
that's about the best use for it.
Yep, that's all you get.
You don't understand. how
Bombs
much
Over
city
Baghdad
I've
by
done on
Outkast is on here. That's
Yep.
cool.
I still need to finish Super Robot Wars X at some point.
That
I'm like halfway into
featuring
it.
Machine Hero Wataru,
Yes,
Keith Courage, and Alpha Zone himself.
Alpha Zone. Yes, yes. That is half of why I need to finish that game so much.
Courageous Keith. Keith Courage and Alpha Zone is the console platformer that sounds the most like a PC platformer. What were you saying, Genie?
So are you going to do the infinite combo here?
I forget how it's done. I think it just involves going back and forth around here.
Yep. Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, so you
Pretty much you go up the rail, down the rail, up the ramp, come back up, slide up the rail, hit the other ramp on the
Yeah.
other side. It's easier in airport because
airport has a much simpler infinite combo. We'll definitely show that one off just because it'll be as an easy part of getting the high score. But yeah, this level we're taking a brief look around. There's some stuff in here that Tony never has to go to. Certain collectibles are actually changed in terms of their position between skaters.
Yep.
So, like, other characters might have to make more use of this area because it might have some of their skate letters or whatever.
Also, you're going to show off the Create Skater where you could use the PS2 iToy to take a copy of your face and put it on your skater.
Yeah, we won't be doing that.
Okay.
It's a shame
Just
you
so
don't have,
everybody's
like,
aware
a
that
pet nearby you can use the face of.
That is a fucking amazing feature.
Okay, so now we go to our first
Yeah.
competition level in Rio. Rio
I
Rockets.
gotta wonder if there's any piece of media that has a wider gulf between its original Japanese presentation and its American presentation than Keith Courage / Wataru, because that is a gulf.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Oh well. Right now I'm just
Oh
gonna
man,
go for
you
the.
ate shit there.
Yeah, right now I'm just gonna go for the stat points. Let's see. Actually, let's see. Can you get a good enough look at this part?
Yeah,
Okay, so
Megara's
yeah,
in
they
this
added
game.
the.
I really thought that bus was gonna hit you.
So did I.
I was mostly checking to see if they had actually. So one of the things that they did to make this area seem more Rio-y in the remake is that the statue of Christ is visible in the background in that version, and I was checking whether it was possible to catch it here. And the answer seems to be no.
Sadness.
Ah, fuck. Okay. Nothing good there. But I got some. Oh no, Tony! Tony!
Tony, no! Tony, no!
Second round.
Okay, we're just gonna retry the entire competition. Fuck it. Fuck it.
I do appreciate. I think I was rewatching Tony Hawk 2, and I want to say that when the different tricks started accumulating, it seemed to take up like 80% of the screen.
Yeah, the increased actual like screen resolution of the PS2 is definitely helping them here. Oh yeah, this is. There should be one of these I can crash through to knock that damn thing down. There we go. Which makes it easier to make a line around the park. Oh, damn it! Oh well. Okay, it's not ideal. Still somehow ended up being enough for first.
Pardon me.
You're not pardoned.
Oh, damn. Well then,
Never forgive you.
I got nothing. Guess I'll just keep going.
I just found out that Gary Paulson died.
Oh.
Oh no.
Like,
Who's Gary Paulson?
Author of Hatchet and a bunch of other young adult books.
Oh, damn.
And when did this happen?
2021.
Ah, that's reason enough to be heard.
Probably COVID.
Because I looked him up like earlier when I mentioned Hatchet, and then I saw like I saw that the wiki excerpt was like said was instead of is, and I was like, hold on.
Oh no!
Like, sure, Hatchet released in like the
In second place, fuck!
80s.
I was tricked! Yeah. Fine, I will do the goddamn
the other day.
competition again.
Gold or
I'm sad
bust.
about that one.
Gold or bust.
Older bust.
We have standards.
No, we don't. We let you stream most weeks.
That is true.
And
okay.
you guys let me on the stream.
You are far less offensive a presence than Goggles Bob.
Yeah, Gogglebob literally runs the show most of the time,
And we hate him
sucks
for
so
it.
fucking bad.
You're saying this after yesterday I did like half of Kane's soliloquy in a Mickey Mouse voice.
Kane is deified.
And that was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, we will see if that is enough to get me. Yeah, it's high enough. Should be fine. Yeah, that's. I think I'll be fine there. Okay. But yeah, there's a very specific line that's easy. Oh, I should get this while I can, since I did not check it earlier. I think at least some skaters have their hidden deck in here. But yeah, Tony's got nothing in here. Damn it. But yeah, that's a hidden area. You just crash through that. There's no clearance for that. God damn it.
Oh no.
No clearance.
Not enough clearance. Get more clearance.
Get more clearance.
Get more Clarence.
Depends on which Clarence, because some Clarences are not real good.
It's true. I have seen. I have lived. We've all lived with bad Clarence in our lives.
I don't think I've ever lived with Clarence.
Beat, you live in America. You live with a bad Clarence.
Truth.
Ruth.
Okay, we are courting. We are tempting fate.
I believe in you.
This time it worked.
Yay!
First place.
First
place. Gold medal.
Hey, did you guys know that apparently today was Free Pancake Day?
Apparently.
Did not.
I did not.
But I do not live near an IHOP.
I live like a 20-minute drive away from an IHOP, so
Yeah, it's about
I
where
was
mine is.
only aware of it today was Shrav Tuesday.
Also,
I'm
too.
probably pronouncing that wrong.
Okay.
Oh, also Pancake Tuesday. Okay, there you go. That's why it's Pancake Day.
well, tomorrow I will have to make some pancakes.
I don't know. I have. It was always donut day at my last job, so.
Man, I could go for a donut. I haven't had a donut in forever.
Oh yeah, same.
I was like, I don't need to be Catholic to participate in Donut Day.
We're all Catholic on Donut Day.
Exactly.
Like around here we have enough of a Polish population that like several of the local grocery chains carry punchki this time of year,
That sounds pretty
and
good.
I always indulge.
Is
Exactly.
that the powdered
The
sugar?
jelly donut.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of something else. Never mind.
I'm going to briefly interrupt to say that this is one of the least indicative goals in the game. The goal is officially help the Thin Man. I think the game implies that you need his key. No, he just needs an axe so he can get in here.
When you describe someone as the Thin Man and say, no, he just needs an axe, I start to become worried.
You should
The Thin
be.
Man is the name of a horror movie monster, if there ever was one.
I start to
No, it
think
really
of
is.
the obscure
The Thin
track
Man.
All the Madmen from David Bowie's album The Man Who Sold the World.
No. Not me.
Thin Man is the guy from Phantasm, right?
Sure, sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds. Why not?
Okay. This is one of those tracks I would never listen to outside the context of Tony Hawk, but it does fit Tony Hawk well.
Oh, which one is this one?
This one is Not the Same by Body Jar.
Don't. Yeah, I don't
The
know.
bodies hit the jar. Let the
Thankfully,
bodies
not that.
jar.
Yay.
I unironically like that song. I really hope that like
I
that
like the
entire
parody
band
that's I can
didn't
only
get
count
canceled.
to 4.
Okay. Let's skate. No, it's grab. Oh, between the ramps. God damn it. Okay. Okay, we're getting most of my vert stats maxed out. Okay, which ramps is it wanting me to nose grab between? Potentially these? Oh, fuck. Yeah, because there's like a photographer man here.
Photo dude in his natural habitat.
Okay, nice and simple. Okay, other things we need to do. That. Oop, not that.
Oh, Goggle Bob, I listened to the final Mana stream while working today.
It's the final man.
Because you're still mana curious.
No, I just wanted something to listen to while I sorted invoices.
Somehow, Mana made that more palatable by reminding you that you could still be more bored.
I guess, yeah, a little bit.
I mean, this is
Honestly, like whenever I'm doing work that is not involving a lot of like, okay, I have to actively think about these like this in verbal terms. Like having people talking in the background really helps me focus.
Same.
Oh, same, absolutely.
So like I listen to so many podcasts.
Podcasts, droning YouTube videos of limited need for context.
Noah Caldwell Gervais, basically.
I found this Zelda series play-along podcast that is absolutely doing the trick in that regard for me. I'll probably throw a link to that in general.
Please do.
I will. It's quite
There's a pumpkin
quite
right
nice.
here.
He's very good, like low attention listening.
I love being
'Cause,
inattentive
like-
while listening.
So
Like,
some of the podcasts I listen to are like Knowledge Fight, and that's one's been a hard one to listen to lately.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so here's a question to compare across games: the absolute gore factor, because I've noticed blood spots on this one that I don't remember. seeing
Oh,
on
they
the others.
absolutely exist in 1 and 2.
Yeah, there was at least I saw at least blood particle effects.
Yeah. We get a bit more of them just because the game's a little more detailed, but they were always there.
And by the time of the PS2, we'd figured out how to do decals.
Decals.
Decal textures are like bullet holes in walls, or like blood splatter left behind.
Yeah,
Basically,
you
you
just put
know,
a texture
hey,
on top
here's
of
this
something
little-
else.
Yeah,
So like a layer.
Something like
exactly.
Thank you for clarifying.
that. There it is. There's you are, you goddamn pumpkin.
Eat the pumpkin.
Yeah, we gotta smash it. We've got to be smashing pumpkins.
I mean, it was
Man.
Despite all your rage.
Really-
early 2000s.
Billy Corgan is so fucking insane.
Yeah, he is.
I feel like
Good
you kind of
kind of
have to.
insane?
Yeah, but he's not insane in the way you would hope.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Lot of chemtrail shit,
Yeah.
Oh,
Deeply unwell.
which is a gateway. Gateway drug is such a fake term. but
Gateway
in this
conspiracy
case it
theory.
is. But like chemtrails is definitely a gateway conspiracy theory to all sorts of evil shit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
As opposed to Blink 182 and Aliens.
I
think they're just having
genuinely-
fun.
I think that guy's just enjoying life. Yeah.
yeah, like there's absolutely some sinister shit going on there, but it's like the relatively harmless kind.
As long as you're not getting deep
Relatively
into ancient aliens, you're probably relatively on balance. Okay, where is the last goddamn pumpkin? Pumpkins!
I'm just like imagining you doing your shaking fists in the air as you're saying pumpkins.
Yeah, just assume that. Um, the PS1 version we will eventually get to has a goal involving this horrible ice cream truck.
I was
In the
about to
PS2
say,
version, it just sort of flitters around the middle of the level and makes it kind of hard to skate. Motherfucker. Okay.
So in the neighborhood that my father lived in,
Mhm.
there was an ice cream truck that would make the rounds every summer.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it wasn't a traditional ice cream truck. It was a minivan,
Yeah.
like with all the decals on the side. But the windows were tinted, so it always looked really, really evil.
That is the sketchiest thing I've ever heard. I would never trust this.
Like I was legit tempted a few times. Okay, I've got some cash. I could go out and get some ice cream, but
Or I could value my life.
yeah.
I can assure you, I could do sketchier when it was already by the
There's
time
not
I
a
was in my
competition,
20s.
Goggles.
When I was in my 20s and already moved out of the house, my mother dated an ice cream man for like
Oh no.
9 months. And then they broke up, and he kind of lightly stalked her as an ice cream man.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Like, he definitely,
Like,
let's
no
say,
amount of bubble
patrolled,
play is worth that.
he patrolled
Curse
the
statement.
neighborhood, and it was just kind of like oh, I'm just selling ice cream here, but it, like, my mother kind of has PTSD from, ice cream man music.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone gets to. God damn it.
You see, my worst ice cream truck story is actually like harmless. It's because like when I was probably 5 years old, I want to say, my parents, introduced me to the concept of money and gave me a 50 cent a week allowance. And one time it was after my bedtime, but there was an ice cream truck going through the street, and I really wanted ice cream. So I snuck out and bought a bubble play. Was immediately caught by my parents, who were, naturally not happy with me. And so the bubble play was put in the freezer. I was not allowed to have it. So some amount of time later, I forget how long, but probably like a couple days, I really wanted it. So I went out to the backyard. I found a rock that was roughly the same size and shape as the package. Did my best attempt at mimicking the labeling of the actual treat. Put that in the freezer and had the bubble play.
I'm
That is-
genuinely
I got
curious
away
what
with
the
it.
response was.
I was caught immediately, like within a couple hours.
It worked for
And
Indiana
my-
Jones.
My parents, I think, were too amused at how
At the poor attempt at
ridiculous it
deception.
was to really punish me very much. But it was. I was informed that this was not a good thing that I did, and I should not do it again.
For obvious reasons. But also,
too impressed
wow.
with your cleverness.
This clever would have been like if I had just snuck the treat away. Both of my parents were fairly absent-minded. They would probably not have noticed as long as I didn't put it right on top of one of the waste baskets when I was done.
But what if
Yeah.
you had just taken the packaging off? I don't know enough about bubble play. I've never seen an object called that. But what if you had...
It's an ice cream bar that's like, I want to say it's orange or berry flavored, but it's shaped like a catcher's mitt, and there's a bubblegum baseball on it.
Oh, those!
Yeah, I've never seen that.
just had
I
to
know
look it up
exactly what you're
because I was
talking
like,
about.
What?
Like, the phrase bubble play simply sounds filthy.
Well, that's because you lack the innocence of childhood on this one.
So do you.
Yes, I do. Um, Unrelated to any of that, I was changing rooms because my wife needed the back of the house. And as I was doing so, I was absent-mindedly singing "Can I Pay My Rent and Fun" by Bob Music Industry, and my wife got mad at me because she thought I was talking bad about human resources, which is what she works in.
You would never.
I would never. I mean, I would. I've been fired before. I've said mad shit about human resources.
Yeah, but I'm sure that she was sympathetic to your cause when that happened.
Oh, definitely.
Ah, fuck!
Yeah, there's one human resources person that I have known who was a jerk, who is coincidentally one that fired me back in 2020. But every other human resources person that I've known has been really nice and cool.
Okay, so we just have one more goal, so I'm just gonna... Pumpkins... Skater Island! But we're not going to Skater Island yet, which does have a secret that I will remember to get. Okay, so the last goal...
Talking about it, and like, so I feel like I should have heard of this person, and I'm sure I've read something that I just don't remember right now.
That's
Actually, it was like
before.
actually it was like required reading in like elementary school for me.
I mean, it's like a separate piece or where the red fern grows. It's like if it wasn't part of your English department, why would you ever seek it out?
No, like the cover is familiar as hell, but I don't think I ever had to read it. Like I remember seeing copies of the book everywhere, but I don't remember ever reading it.
Could be that in like another school in your area had it as required reading.
Or even just different
It was also
classes.
just a fairly popular children's book.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't think I was ever required to read it. It was one of those books I just liked.
Yeah, boys especially big at the time, big into like, I will be the... Give me the bladed implement and I will survive.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's... I think that unfortunately poisoned a lot of young minds.
Oh,
They never
absolutely, but
recovered.
that's not Hatchet's fault.
Yeah, that's not Gary Paulson's fault. He was only the messenger.
I mean, I will say that different classes had different required reading because apparently some of my, uh, friends from high school had to read the Lord of the Rings series for their English class, and
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know if that was just like AP class or whatever, but I'm like, yeah, that absolutely was not on my list.
I absolutely would have complained about that because I don't actually like the writing in Lord of the Rings that much.
I remember I had to like read an excerpt of that for like my senior online classes.
Okay. Oh, you motherfucker.
I was really excited about one of my last years of high school. I got to choose what kind of English class I took, and we had a literature of the Holocaust class. So that was very intriguing and interesting. So we got to read Mouse and a few other things.
That's a
I
good shit.
love Mouse.
But yeah, Mouse is an intense.
So this get the pickpockets goal is one that was changed in response to 9/11.
What?
I don't.
Some of their dialogue makes it clear that they were originally terrorists.
Ah.
Nice.
Well, that's one of the things we can hope does not make the new version.
Yeah, I suspect all that dialogue's going to get re-recorded.
Yeah, that's gonna be gone.
But yeah,
I was
this
kind of amazed that was changed by 9/11 simply because in the immediate aftermath of 9/11, I would almost expect knockover terrorists to be like a thing.
at the
because,
time this came out in November 2001. At the time, they weren't. This would have gone gold in late
Yeah.
September 2001. At the
Yeah,
time,
they
they would have
probably
had
had
no
no
way
sense.
of knowing what the public reaction was going to be.
yeah, that was before it became Freedom Fries.
Yeah. Okay, let's just get rid of this last
simpler
motherfucker. There we go. I
God, I'm
maybe get.
sorry I'm experiencing real world PTSD from just seeing the Canadian flag right now.
Okay.
It's just a matter of I'd rather not be thinking of real life right now.
I'm afraid that countries are going to exist no matter what game we play. Goggles, Bob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotham City being in New Jersey always gets me.
Where else would it be, though?
I've heard people say it's supposed to be Chicago, which I don't buy.
Well,
Because I've always heard it's like an old nickname for New York.
Yeah, it's usually a nickname for New York. I think typically like Metropolis is supposed to be like New York when you're like, taking this tourist photographs.
New
it's
York
very
by day
sunny.
versus New York by night.
New York by night, yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that Batman and Superman are probably roommates.
That makes sense.
they were at one
Yeah,
point.
they've probably kissed once or twice.
Just
Well,
once
they're
or
on a
twice.
Twice.
They ended up being roommates. That's how they met.
Roommates. Big ol' air quotes.
I'm just imagining a world where you can just get around an airport with this kind of speed.
Yeah, no, you can.
God.
That is the most pre 9/11 thing about what's occurring here. It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can just move around the airport,
You're allowed to go wherever you feel.
do what you want. Who gives a shit? Fuck
I will
it, fuck it
never
all.
experience this.
I never experienced it either because I was too poor to go on airplanes.
I was on one flight pre 9/11. It
My
was
dad
in
was
like
a
the late
pilot.
90s. We went down south to visit my family in Georgia and Louisiana.
When I got to go on like a couple flights before 9/11, and one of them very distinctly, I got off the flight. I'm in the luggage area or whatever, and then I realized I left my hat on the plane. So then I just went right back on the plane and got it,
What a time.
and nobody
But
cared.
What I do remember doing a lot of was like in what's now strictly the boarding areas. You used to be able to wait there for flights,
Mhm.
and as a kid, I was so enchanted by those boarding tubes.
Oh yeah. Well, because I didn't fly as much before 9/11, but I was very well, not very often, but at least once a year, my grandmother would fly in, and we'd meet her at the airport, which was a very different situation.
Yeah. My Uncle Tom and Aunt Peg lived out in San Francisco at the time, so they would fly in to visit us in Chicago every now and then, and
Oh well. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, you're like I was finished with my thought.
Okay. I want to give.
Fanboy didn't mean to interrupt while he's streaming.
I want to give a preemptive, like, epilepsy warning, the game is about to do something extremely fucking stupid. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Yeah, that's rough.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Yeah, that's probably gone in the new one.
I would
It
hope.
almost would have to be.
Yeah,
It's
well,
fucked
that
up,
was like
how... Oh, sorry, go on. More time.
that flashing was like actually kind of painful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks. That's why I wanted to make
Like
sure
that?
that there was at least a verbal within the video warning, like, and please, Goggles, like, I know I'm asking a lot for you to have to go back through it and timestamp that, but please put, like, a timestamp warning.
I will see what I can do.
If I have to, I will. But... So
I
this
might
is...
just do a pause frame because that was something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I think
yeah,
that was Xenogears back in the day.
showing off the infinite score trick, like, that is a very... You can 100% get, depending upon your skills at holding a grind meter, you can get...
A million points easy.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say was that's actually worth noting. This is the first one that has a grind balance indicator just built in.
It's weird that wasn't there until so late in the game.
Yeah, they just they basically just made they made a meter for manuals because it's just impossible to tell how fucked up how close you are to bailing on a manual, and they just didn't think to have that be the case for grinding as well in Tony Hawk's 2. Uh, there are of course many versions of Tony Hawk 2 that do have that do backport a grind meter. But yeah, in its initial release, nothing. You had to wait until 3 to get the convenience of a grind balance meter. Cover shot. Okay, got
Airwalk over escalator.
Your tape is on the high rail down the one area. If I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Look that up, or you
sounds
just
right.
remember that.
Just remembered.
Yeah, I remember where Jeannie's talking about, and I'm pretty sure that's true for Tony.
Oh, also, because of this game's roster, I looked up Bam Margera, and he's actually apparently doing quite well right now.
That's
Like,
good. Hopefully
comparatively.
that stays.
Yeah, hopefully that trend continues.
This game also is the only mainline Tony Hawk that has 0 Bob Burnquist, which is a genuine shame. He was headlining ESPN X Games skateboarding from Konami at the time, because he was the big X Games man of that year. Well earned, obviously, but yeah, that's why he's in 1, 2, and 4.
So it's like in there was a guy who played a character in both Babylon 5 and Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and so at one point he had a scheduling conflict and picked Deep Space Nine. So in Babylon 5 they killed his character off screen.
Well, thankfully they did not kill Bob Burnquist, so he just shows up again in Tony Hawk 4.
Yeah.
It would be kind of hilarious if Tony Hawk established his own lore as like.
Well, they did eventually. That's what Thug's about.
Tony Hawk.
Tony
Tony
Hawk.
Hawk.
Tom Lee Hawk.
Oh, y'all heard that Tony Hawk's son had a kid, right?
Yeah. With
Tony
Kurt
Hawk's
Cobain's
granddad?
kid.
Yes.
Congratulations to him.
You know who the mother is, right?
I just said it, but I don't think they heard.
I feel like I should, but I don't.
You, of all people, should not.
It's daughter of Kurt Cobain, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I did see that headline.
Like,
I remember
just
that.
a child of the most 90s influence and extraction.
Yeah, that's like. Whew.
When the stars crossed and the 90s were reborn in one child.
Welcome back, the 90s. We missed you.
I didn't.
Yeah,
The
fair.
only-
It was the
only
90s.
kid that can-
Listen, back then we had time for clacks. What do we got time for now?
Yeah.
Pain,
Like
suffering.
you're legally not allowed to play clacks anymore.
Because of woke.
Yeah.
The only kid that can say my grandpa is Tony Hawk and my grandpa is Kurt Cobain.
Which would have been like the coolest fucking thing imaginable in like 1998. And any child that it's brought up to by the time this child comes of age will be like, who are those?
No.
I'm just imagining an alternate universe where Tony Hawk and Kurt Cobain just kind of awkwardly hang out at barbecues together. Like,
Man, that would be so good.
yeah. I guess you were pretty cool with this. Hey, were any of my songs ever in your games? Okay.
It's a little late for that, and they were really expensive.
Yeah.
Although, if that had somehow happened, I'm
like-
sure that they would have gotten like some sort of weird sweetheart deal around it.
Yeah, that's kind of like it's a child of the first half of the 90s and the last half of the 90s. Like there's I feel a distinct like era split there. That may just because I moved in late 1994, so they feel very different to me, but
I mean, it's also like, Nirvana is done after Cobain's death, and
Yeah.
Tony Hawk, while famous as a skater, is not as hugely famous as he is. Like, the games do a lot to lift his profile.
Yeah. I would probably not have heard of him if it wasn't for the games.
Well, yeah, 100%.
Yep. Same.
For
Especially
me,
with
Like,
it's
I
cover
I
memes.
respect the guy from everything I hear. He's like a pretty decent human being, but you know.
From all accounts, Tony Hawk is just a good dude.
Yep, seems like a nice dude. Spends a
Never,
lot of time,
never heard a
like,
bad thing about him.
went back to, like, will occasionally go back to do a bit more skateboarding, specifically to sell another board for charity. That's like, this is the last time I can do this trick. I am an old man now. I cannot guarantee I will ever successfully perform this trick again. I am selling this last board for some sort of charitable reason.
Which, you know, good on the guy.
Yeah. Onward to competition level 2, Skater Island. This place doesn't. This is a real place. It doesn't exist anymore. Its roof collapsed like a year after this game came out.
Wow.
So this game exists as like its legacy. And
Sort of like
you
how,
can tell how it's like it would be a really cool skate park when you're just like skating around it in this game.
Yeah. It's sort of like how Bloodsport
Oh,
is
man,
the
no
best
Kia
remaining
signs.
documentation of that one walled city.
Yeah.
I like that looking up Skater Island, the first result is Tony Hawk,
Yep.
pro skater.
Like, the
Middleton,
number of
Rhode
people who ever skated in Skater Island who are still actively skateboarding is probably pretty thin.
Damn.
Okay, it
Brutal
lasted,
nature of
it
time.
lasted in 2004.
Yeah, it's a few years after this came out. It was obliterated by that. So there's a pretty. I'm not. So you can see that there's flags here. One of them is a pirate flag. Let me see if I can.
Yar.
Yeah, let me see if I can hit that. Oh, it's not gonna happen. Okay, it's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine like wine.
Hero Skater Island.
I'm surprised that I rolled out of that. Okay, so we're gonna try this once more. Let's see if we can get this. There we go. Ahoy, there be more skating outside.
Fiddle-dee-dee.
Ow, fuck. Okay,
Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
if you want to say this.
I appreciate that Chromes and I probably know those lyrics for completely different reasons.
Let's all contemplate how Lazy Town was one of the only HD products released for an incredibly obscure
HDVMD.
Yeah, HDVMD. I should have known that Morning Song would know what I was about to reference.
We've
I
probably
watched
seen the
Lazy
same
Town.
Techmoan videos.
We have. Okay.
I'm sorry, did you just do a cannonball on a ship? That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Ahoy!
Yeah, this is one of my favorite like bonus areas. It's just kind of it's stupid, it's fun. It's 3 is when Tony Hawk's like sense of extremely 2000s juvenile humor really kicks in. And this is one of the better things that come out of it.
But it's like before it went total, you know, jackass.
Yeah.
Like I think the jackass thing is actually charming now retrospectively. But
That's fair. I'm not quite there yet myself.
it's for me it's like one of those things where it's like, I found this slightly obnoxious when it was new, and now it's like, oh yeah, I remember 2004. Okay.
I have
But-
not watched Jackass since Jackass 2, but I do
Excuse
have
you,
to
Jackass number
admire-
2.
No, sorry, Jackass number 2, my apologies. But I cannot help but be in awe of just the absolute guts of Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, it would be silly to fail to recognize.
And I love, love, love the fact that Travis Touchdown is literally based on Knoxville. Like
Yeah.
he was the guy they basically just drew to make Travis.
Yay, gold medal.
Congratulations.
The king of Skate Island.
Los Angeles.
And Tokyo. Okay. There we go. But yeah, we are closing in on the end of the core levels in this video game. So let's see where this takes us.
Presumably it'll take you to a skate park.
You think that, but then the LA level has basically no skate park. Okay, so we've got... Okay, let's do this one. Okay, Southern Quake. Motherfucking cops.
That's the only correct answer.
Yep.
And in all this time, some things don't change.
Yep. I appreciate that Tony Hawk was one of the first pieces of media I personally interacted with, where the prevailing the prevailing attitude was cops are stupid and assholes.
It's weird how rare that is.
Like,
I mean, I hate to say it, but The Simpsons has been consistent about that for how many years has it been on?
30-something. Like, yeah, Chief Wiggum is consistently, like, the one person who is allowed to be dumber than Homer at all times.
Dumber than Homer, and also frequently just
More
a giant
malignant.
asshole.
Okay, let's hit it. Damn it.
One of these days, the people are
set a
going to
date?
rise up against you, corrupt cops.
Have they set a date? That time that Homer just drives him out and
Target balls.
drives him out. Yes, we have destroyed the target balls. Fuck Target.
I feel like this came out before Target had that design, didn't it?
I want to
Probably,
say no,
but they look like the target balls.
They do like the target balls.
In conclusion, fuck Target. Also, it wants me to get skate. I'm happy with ska.
Pick it up, pick it
You
up, pick
have
it up.
repeatedly mentioned that.
Pick it up.
Yeah, so I guess this is your town, your street, gives you peace of mind that can't be beat.
Start the earthquake. Okay, we've got another, like, extremely irresponsible skateboard thing to do. See if I can actually hit this grind.
Believe in you.
Okay, where is the... Okay, yeah, there we go. Damn it. Okay, we got this. We got this. This is a solvable problem. Okay. So we started an earthquake by grinding too hard, and now we're going to do something similarly irresponsible.
Yay.
I mean, I don't feel that you can blame Tony Hawk for geological events. Oh, no,
I don't
yeah.
know.
You can absolutely blame him for knocking that car over.
yeah, I was going to say that was no good.
Yeah, that was all Tony.
Hey, it
That was
stops
like-
the bank
Robert has
robbers.
to be
What's wrong with
awarding an
that?
episode of Beavis and Butthead.
Okay,
If you were just a few seconds later, you could have stopped the cops instead.
it's true. Okay, so we got the secret tape. So that's most of the, like, obnoxious grinds to get. So I'm kind of happy that that went as smoothly as it did.
I like how you said it was dangerous as like a skateboarder. Like this is normally a choice that skateboarders have of knocking cars into oncoming traffic.
I mean, if I was a skateboarder, I would do that basically every day, but only if they were Cybertrucks.
No,
I
valid.
feel like it's not only moral to destroy Cybertrucks, but like
But
everybody
fun.
loves it, so it's
Yeah.
also popular.
Yeah, you practically have a legal obligation.
Yeah, I mean,
It's funny.
Maybe not legal, but definitely societal.
It's
I
moral and
fucking
societal.
love that video of like somebody running up to a Cybertruck and just
painting
immediately
a dick
spray
on it.
painting a giant mama dick and balls on it. And then as they run away, because they know better to stick around, you could see that there was a guy in the Cybertruck the whole time.
And he looked like he was on his phone, so he might
Yeah.
not have even noticed at the
He
time.
did not even notice. He never looks up. Because like, you know, if I was in, speaking as somebody who's not on a Cybertruck, if I was just in my car and somebody ran up and I heard a spray can, I would sort of be looking around, being like, "Bro, what's going on? What's happening?"
What have I
Then
done?
I would be very upset. But this guy does not react at all. So he had no fucking idea.
Okay.
You know what? It probably improved the look of it.
Honestly,
Oh yeah, like it meant that someone had some sense of aesthetics with it.
Yeah.
It makes it distinctive.
yeah, your Cybertruck no longer looks like just a stupid, ugly piece of stainless steel. It now
And
looks like
honestly, if for some twisted reason I had a Cybertruck, I would probably like graffiti it myself as a like
As an art
preemptive
statement?
patina. Like,
That would
you
be
know, because people would say, oh, you know, this has already been graffitied.
A
I don't
1 foot
need to
Japan.
graffiti it.
yeah. I have said in the past that I would stop making back in the ancient times now of like 2 years ago. God, I have said that I have like straight up added Elon Musk and said, hey, I will stop making fun of you and I will teach you how to post good if you just give me a free car. That's right, I can't be bought. Now if he gave me a free car, that shit's going straight in the trash.
I mean, I feel it makes a particular statement that, like, even though you could write on the side of it in spray paint, "I got this for free," like, you are supporting something that ought not be supported.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are things that are not worth a man's soul.
Yeah.
And that is a Cybertruck.
It's like yeah, it wouldn't technically like in this scenario where I get a free Cybertruck. It also technically would not cost me any money to fly a gigantic Nazi flag over my house, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, like if someone just gave you a Nazi flag, you would not suddenly feel compelled to fly the Nazi
No.
flag.
I would probably burn it.
Yeah, it would own.
Because I like
Because
that-
fire is
That's
cool and
because you're
Nazis
a
are
sensible
bad.
human being.
Hitler bad, Vandals good.
I like that album.
It's a good album. It's also got. It's also what the source
that's
of
the
one of the
one with
songs from Tony Hawk 1, Eurobarge.
I think that's the one. Yeah, People That Are Going to Hell. I've had that song stuck in my head on and off for 20 years now.
What
I-
about
Just a
B-Game?
shame that there aren't any Tony Hawk games with songs by Erotic on them.
Oh man, if I could, listen, you could probably put custom soundtracks onto the Xbox versions, so you could get you can get your help me Dr. Dick on.
I am 100% certain that when the PC version of the new one drops, there will be a mod that lets you just add MP3s to it within a day.
I don't even think that's a mod. I think that's just going into a certain folder.
Oh, excellent. Even better.
But
Like, I really want to make a mod for the PC version of Crazy Taxi that replaces the soundtrack with limiter cuts covers.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
Do you see the?
I know that Sega has stated that they plan to do something with Crazy Taxi. I really hope that like part of that plan there is to just give Offspring and Bad Religion however much money it takes to get as many songs as they want on there.
The real
Because
thing,
it's not Crazy Taxi without those, is it?
the real thing I wish
No,
that they
it's
would
not.
just do is just release Crazy Taxi High Roller on something other than the original Xbox.
That's really all it would take, because that was a fucking great game.
That just has Crazy Taxi 1 and 2 in it, plus the ability to use the Crazy Jump from 2 and 1 if you so desire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's fucking perfect.
Like, what more could you possibly want?
I know.
Remember they
God,
released Crazy
it's such
Taxi
a
1 and 2 on PSP?
I assume it didn't have the original soundtrack.
It did not.
That is a travesty. I mean,
Remember
it's
Crazy Taxi
offspring
1
of
on
that religion.
GBA?
Their music isn't free, but it's not like
It's not
that
expensive
expensive.
either. Remember Crazy Taxi on GBA, Crazy Taxi Catch a Ride?
I played that on emulator once, and I was impressed, but also disgusted.
It's
Well,
definitely a
how does
game
it-
that shouldn't exist, despite being very
Is this
impressive
like
that it does.
Like a top-down,
Yeah.
top-down GTA kind of thing, or what?
No.
It is fully 3D on the Game Boy Advance.
It's like the GBC port of Resident Evil.
Except
Yeah,
somehow
it's very
more appalling.
impressive. Shouldn't exist though.
It's a
I think
truly
one of the
baffling
first videos
object.
on my YouTube is just me fucking around with GBC Resident Evil, making Chris dance because his sprite is so fucking weird in that game.
You also, I remember you calling him one tall glass of man.
He is one tall glass of man.
Yeah, no, that's it's,
He is a tall glass of man. That is factually accurate.
yeah, and you're just dancing there.
Game Boy Color Resident Evil Chris can get it.
Huh?
You heard it.
Exactly. I didn't fucking stutter. I probably did. I stutter a lot, but not this time.
Not about this particular topic.
We would never stutter when the subject is
It's important.
yeah, the clarion call of the truth. I'm so bad at getting this. All dressed up and ready to go.
Though I'm ashamed to admit I'm one of those people who sometimes gets Chris and Leon confused.
Listen, Leon is Twink and Chris is Bear.
I have to look up what Chris looks like.
Big muscle
Depends on
man.
the game.
Yeah, he is a very generic looking brown-haired muscle man.
He gets like.
Oh, okay.
Like he punched.
Leon looks like.
What'd you say, Callie Scrub?
He gets bigger as the series goes.
Oh yeah, he roids out
Does.
super hard.
Like we all know that's not natty.
It's the effect that all of those exposures to the T virus have had over him.
Yeah, that's
The
it.
T virus is testosterone.
I'm just
mean,
gonna say that, like, in my daily life, I don't think like I'm missing out on anything by not being a giant muscular dude. But if I had to fight zombies even once in my life, I feel like I might have a different opinion.
I feel like I would be
that's
even
fair.
more convinced that that was not going to help me in this process.
Wait, how
I
much
mean,
are gas
just-
prices there?
If you can punch through a boulder, it might make your life easier.
Let's take a look.
It's next to
Buck
white
98 ish.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's what it was around the
Those were
time.
days.
Yeah,
Those were
especially in
days.
LA. Whew.
And people were furious at how high they were. Give me just a moment.
Greetings, AV.
Hello.
Hi.
I had that thing where I try to log into my computer and it's like, no, you're using your computer password. You need to use your Windows password. Same thing.
God.
No, you logged into your college network with this laptop once upon a time. So
And
now
now they are different.
now they're different. Like, God damn it. This is awful. Everything about
It's just,
computer is
computers betray us at every turn. Let's be real.
At every turn.
I'd say that's why I run Linux, but
But that
Linux
also
kind
betrays
of-
you at every turn.
yeah, Linux is like every single GUI on the planet. they lost their marbles the second the iPad came out.
Mm-hmm.
I just want everything to look this. I want everything to be a finger-based interface. What do you mean I am using a mouse? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Like, no, this
Oh,
is...
the fun part is like Modern Gnome. You can't use it with a touch screen, even though it like
It's
for
clearly
all the world
designed
looks
for
like it was
it.
made for one.
Jesus.
That sounds about Linux.
This is terrible. And I hate it.
Damn it! God damn it! This grind is awful. I hate it.
Are you still Tony Hawkin?
Yeah, Tony's Hawk
He's
3.
Tony Hawkin.
Tony Hawk 2 on that thing.
No.
That's dreadful. I
I
regret
heard
that.
it coming too.
We all knew it was going to happen.
How could you say this on the day that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 plus 4 was announced?
That. So we're finally going to see the resolution of the end of the world.
Yeah,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
Rebuild of Tony Hawk.
God.
You cannot kickflip.
All Ava fans lost the right to make fun of Kingdom Hearts fans for titles being dumb right around the time that Ava had Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 thrice upon a time.
Oh. No, I hate it.
I don't feel like anime fans ever got to bully video game fans. Like,
Oh,
American
no.
fans
This is very specifically the turf war I have with like Ava fans in specific versus my dreadful Kingdom Hearts fandom.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
It's similar to how I feel that like every franchise, like because everyone has made fun of Kingdom Hearts titles, rightly so. But the thing is,
very
every
easy and
franchise,
fun.
many
well
of these franchises eventually commit title crimes that are worse. Oftentimes Hideaki Anno is involved. See also G-Quux.
Last,
No, I won't. I won't.
Like,
You can't make me.
I'm
will
still
avoid
a
this.
fan of
The
Kingdom
last
Hearts
time
179 days.
See also
Fuck
near replicant version, like I forget what the number is. It just means square root of 2.
The Nier series is just fucking bullshit.
Very often. It's
Yeah, that's right, Goggle Bob. I'm calling you the fuck out.
That's right, Goggle Bob.
I mean, saying that it's like noted troll Yoko Taro is being a troll again.
Yeah, but the problem is that Yoko Taro is trolls in a boring fashion.
I mean,
He's got like 2 tricks and he's used all of them 5 times.
There you go.
I think this is the first time he did the title thing.
I think one of the well, we already had Near Automata and not Near Automata, Near Gestalt and Near Replicant.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. What was I thinking of?
I'm thinking about Near Automata.
Yeah.
I think it's a step that we can and should take.
I disagree, but only for moral reasons. No, okay. The last time I spared a thought to fucking Evangelion, a series I do not like, was when everybody on the internet felt the need to dunk on a capital N Nazi, obvious fucking Nazi, because he did not understand Eva. And so this fucking jackass was getting like quote tweeted all over the fucking place. People saying, actually, Shinji sucks on purpose. Bitch, I know Shinji sucks on purpose. Stop retweeting the Nazi.
The low quality quote dunk is one of the like worst aspects of just like human nature.
Yeah.
I won't even claim innocence
Somebody
on this
is being
one, but
wrong.
it's so easy to just look at his feed for half a second and go, oh, you're tweeting about the inherent superiority of the white race. Fuck you.
I mean,
Very
I will
easy.
state, I believe this was a tweet, but the minute that they grant us the ability to yell at a podcast that was recorded 3 years ago but has an incorrect fact in it, society will be able to move forward.
There you go.
No. This is like those times in the Bible where God is like, okay, find me one righteous man, and I will not destroy this city. It's like, no. No.
I think the internet has shown that,
There is yet no righteous man.
Burn it all.
Time to walk the earth with my lantern, looking for.
There we go. Six score completed.
behold a man.
Huzzah.
Okay.
Really is the more I've been online, the more I've been like, oh, people who just quote unquote they quote dunk on people is like, you're not winning. You're just spreading negativity to other people.
You have not defeated the shit. You have stepped in it and smeared it around.
Yeah.
There was a fella I heard of once told me to contend not with monsters, lest I become a monster.
That man spent much of the last days of his life in an asylum. He had a rough time.
Yeah, he had a rough time of it. I blame the horses. And
The horses?
tertiary syphilis.
Tertiary syphilis will do it to you every time.
Yeah.
Syphilis is a hell of a drug.
What's the hell now?
Thankfully, in this case, antibiotics are a heaven of one.
I think one of my favorite historical anecdotes was that there was a fellow who had fairly advanced syphilis, and he had developed psychosis because of it. And so his family thought, okay, we're going to poison him to put him out of his misery. And so they tried to poison him with mercury, which
It's a high quality poisoning.
High quality poisoning. But they didn't realize this before the discovery of antibiotics. Mercury was one of the treatments that could actually arrest and reverse the progress of syphilis. And
Incredible.
they tried to poison him, and he just got less crazy.
I mean,
The one
good.
person who took mercury and got less crazy.
I guess that is, in a way, putting him out of his misery, because,
He was no longer
he's
miserable.
less crazy, he's less
Yeah.
miserable.
You made him. You actually made him less miserable without killing him, which is good. I would say.
We call that medicine in some places.
Drink
Yeah.
as much mercury as possible. Gotta.
No, not
Okay,
so much.
I feel like I speak for all of Even Worse streams when I say do not drink as much mercury as
I'm
possible.
cracking open a thermometer as we speak.
Cracking open
you.
a differently temperatured one with the boys.
It's like, you know what I love, folks? I love the heavy metals. I love
I love the
I love
toxicity
neurotoxicity.
thereof.
exactly.
The only metal that's room temperature.
I love that mercury being liquid at room temperature. Even laying aside its potent neurotoxicity, it just drove people batty. They thought there
Like,
must
look at
be
how cool
some-
this is! This must be the most magical thing imaginable.
Yeah,
that's
like
it.
for a while, the big debate in alchemy was, okay, so are all substances in the world based on mercury and sulfur, or just mercury?
Mercury purists versus sulfur, the sulfur innovators.
the
Me and my
mercury
fellow
purists
mercury
versus-
chads
Yeah.
making fun of the sulfur virgins.
I don't have any
Sulfur
time for sulfur cucks. No sulfur cucks in this
Yeah.
group chat.
I have already
Sulfur
drawn
is solely
you as a
cringe,
mercury.
while mercury is based.
I have already drawn you failing to drink a thermometer.
I have already drawn.
Oh my god. No, it just an unspeakably just I think about this over and over again.
One of those
Like,
things
oh my
that reminds
God,
you how much of a human brain is basically just a monkey brain that got too big for its britches.
That's it. You know,
Yeah.
we like sit around, it's like, oh my god, can you imagine? Like all of the Earth's smartest people are trying to do like crypto scams and hedge fund trading instead of anything useful. I think to myself, there was a time when the smartest people on Earth uniformly hurled themselves like waves against the shore, trying to get mercury to turn like dead fish into into Pegasus.
Or like Qin Shi Huang, who
Yeah.
decided he really really wanted to be immortal, and what better way to become immortal than drinking lots of mercury?
Think of what I could have.
Exactly. I mean, there's the old legend of like the old Chinese emperor who had enough sex with different women that he became immortal.
As you do.
It was just
That's how that works.
New movie unlocked. Pro Bales. Oh no.
Questions.
Please prepare yourselves.
But
Oh Lord.
Bro Bales.
Oh,
That first one.
Oof. Oh. I don't like that. I no longer am at the point in my life where I can enjoy these videos. I don't think I ever was.
As when I was 12, it was like, oh yes, it's like my cartoons. Surely they're fine.
just like
We have to
this is
remember
like
folks,
my
these
Hanna-Barbera
guys are like
animes.
23.
Now you experience what I experience when I try to watch Looney Tunes, and it's like, oh, this is really violent.
That's poor buddy.
Yeah, this is incredibly violent, and specifically racist against people from Crete.
Cretans.
It's like, how is this? Like, who devoted himself this much to animating like a guy falling down the stairs?
Oh,
but
thank God for
also-
that last one going okay.
I don't like that.
That last one goes okay.
Oh my God, that's that last one though. That guy had style.
Yeah, no, he just walks it off in a way that I would never have even imagined.
Like that guy. That is the sickest like failure I have ever seen in my life.
Just a
It's
little
like,
bit of a
yeah, I
slide,
just
he'll be
should have
fine.
eaten shit, but I didn't.
Yep,
Check this out.
just slid it
Yeah, he
off.
looks at it as like the only reason I pulled that off is because my family never adulterated itself with the blood of the Basque.
Jesus Christ.
That,
Learning-
ladies and gentlemen, is the
that's-
experience of watching Looney Tunes in the 21st century.
Old school. You watch these ancient things, and it's like I didn't even know that it was possible to have opinions about this as though it were a separate thing.
It's like, don't you
Aw,
just
Tony
know?
Hawk's videos involved him like encouraging children to skate.
Aw.
Aw.
That is really nice.
I mean, it worked out well for him.
I was gonna say it
Whoa.
would actually be his
Hello,
kid.
kids. Hello, kids
Yeah,
got
he's
moves.
gotta
I
go.
gotta say.
We see a little bit of his house, which is quite nice looking, actually. Which, I mean, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater largely paid for that. I know that he got millions in royalties on this.
Yeah.
Good.
And his dog. Who goes to
And
the
you know,
pool?
the thing
Oh,
I like about this is that Tony Hawk got millions in royalties off of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater after he was old enough to realize that this was probably the last big paycheck.
Mhm.
You know,
And
it's
he's
like,
done well for
I better
himself.
take care of this one.
I mean, there's a reason the games always end with "these are the many ways you can break your body."
Yeah, yeah. You know, as opposed to say Bam Margera,
Oh,
who like looked at 2002 and thought, you know,
the good
rest of
times
history is
roll.
going to be exactly like this, only like even more so.
Oh, AV, I actually earlier this stream looked up Bam, and
Oh God.
no. That's the thing. He seems like he's doing okay.
He
Like,
is
he's
stable
in a house, he
relative
went
to Bam
rehab.
Margera.
He is
Damn,
like
that's a
compared
good
to him at his
transfer.
worst, he's doing okay.
That's good. He's out of the allegations portion of his Wikipedia entry and into the personal life portion of his Wikipedia
That's
entry.
where you want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
like-
what you want to see, folks.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I have the joy of living close enough that anytime something happens with Ben Margera, it's in the local news again.
He does feel like he's got extreme Jersey energy.
Yeah.
Lucky us. But yeah, no, he was fairly recently in the news again, so I'm not sure how up to date the wiki article is at this point.
That's rough.
Okay,
Yeah.
one of the things I do like about this game that is kind of a cute thing that it does is it kind of hides the fact that it has another level with golds in it. Previous games had bonus levels, but they did not have golds in them. So if you look at the
Okay.
number of goals to complete, the game actually lies about it until you unlock this level, at which point it gains 9 more points.
Nice.
That's
Very
wonderful.
You're saying?
The boat.
Oh, I'm saying I gotta get going here.
Oh,
It's time
okay.
for me to go to work.
All right.
I know.
Have an excellent
will.
night,
You,
Jeannie.
Jeannie.
Always a pleasure to have you.
It was
Take
nice
care
to
out
have
there.
you around.
Going to work.
Trash the museum.
The museum.
Okay, perhaps the Neversoft Girls.
What makes them specifically Neversoft girls?
They are wearing like crop tops that have Neversoft on them.
All
There
right.
you go.
All right. That counts.
Indisputable.
So, what are the odds the staff of Tony Hawk just wanted to go on a cruise and this was the excuse?
I'm not convinced they actually did.
100%. This is like
Wow,
how
rip that, man.
This is like how Sonic
Get
Team
fucked, buddy.
in the 90s somehow got Sega to pay for them all going to South America so they could take photos of Aztec ruins.
Pretty cool. Should work if you can get it.
I mean,
Not
fuck
bad.
yeah, I would absolutely take that opportunity.
It's
I respect the hustle.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 of 7 Neversoft.
Gaze into the abyss.
Or it's
Well,
like how
this gazes
Adam
into
Sandler has set every one of his movies as of late in either like his hometown or a resort.
You say as of late, but I think the answer is since like 2005.
Since
Yeah.
2005, since 51st Dates. So I think 2000 actually.
Yep. It's like
That's a man
Adam
who,
Sandler. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying that's a man who has it figured out, and what he knows is they will pay for my vacation.
I can do
I
whatever.
respect the hustle, but I will
get
still
to
never
bring
watch
all the
another
goodies.
Adam Sandler movie.
I
The only
enjoyed
one actually
Spaceman.
worth the only one really worth seeing recently would have been God, why am I forgetting that movie's name from a few years ago?
Hotel Transylvania 4.
No. The one where afterwards he said that, like, if this doesn't get an Oscar, I will make so many bad movies on purpose.
Oh, Uncut Gems.
Yeah, there we go.
Uncut Gems is a legit masterpiece. And
Uncut
like I
Gems
said,
is so
I really
good.
did enjoy Spaceman. It's
That's fair.
it's a movie about Adam Sandler in space, basically slowly dying. So very much me coded, but also making friends. But also making friends with a huge spider.
Like, hello, Jack.
That's totally fair. But I was subjected to being a captive audience to Billy Madison twice, and
that
I
would
will
do it.
never forgive him for that.
That would do it.
Hey, I have a similar. Our school, for whatever reason, anytime that there was a substitute teacher that had no capability of teaching, for whatever reason, the tape was always Big Daddy. And,
Sure, why not?
And like, just that was, I guess, the school had a copy of it. And
Play the kangaroo song.
God.
Yeah, I do not like the one that I remember is Happy Gilmore. So like I don't remember.
I love Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore's fine.
If
a
you're
good
gonna if I'm gonna remember any like Adam Sandler movie, not just like as in movie that Adam Sandler was in, but Adam Sandler movie as a genre film, like Happy Gilmore is the one I'm fine remembering.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, it makes
I get that. It's like I'm okay with that. I'm okay
Yeah,
with
Happy Gilmore I last saw when I was a teenager, and I cannot imagine it will be enhanced by having seen it as an adult.
I saw it recently, and it was fine.
Is that part where he gets in a fist fight with Bob Barker?
Yeah, that's great.
Still, that still holds up. That still holds up.
Did you know
Price
they're
is
doing a
Wrong,
sequel?
Bobby. Yeah, I did.
I don't want to believe that.
Is now
They're filming in New Jersey.
No wonder they're filming in
Like-
New Jersey. It means
Like of all the movies that should not have sequels, Happy Gilmore is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, They also are apparently making a Labyrinth sequel, so
Which feels
it is a time
extraordinarily
for
pointless.
poorly considered sequels.
I really, really hope that the Labyrinth sequel has in the role that would have been played by David Bowie, just like some pop star that will be completely forgotten by next year. Like, I don't know enough about pop stars, but I feel like this reference will at least sort of work. It'll be like Ice Spice in 2025. One person got it. Thank you, Crows.
Legitimate answer would be Chapel Roan wearing a really weird codpiece.
I get
No,
the
it's
feeling
not.
Chapel Roan's got legs. I'm talking somebody who will just be gone in 6 months.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Someone whose only success has been on TikTok over the last 3 months, and who will
Yeah.
be gone by the time the film finishes wrapping.
Yeah.
Like the Hawk
Ideally-
Hawk
person.
2 Girl credited as Hawk 2 Girl.
there you
God.
go.
Still selling Hawk to a coin.
I remember I talked to Mr. Encyclopedia about this, and I just said, yeah, no, it was perfectly on brand for her to do a crypto scam on the way out.
Mhm.
And my friend Mr. E said, I was kind of for a second depressed that she did a crypto scam, and then I found myself just sort of staring at the middle distance, wondering why I expected fucking anything from the Hawk Tuah girl.
I mean, she did. I will say, if you follow the arc of the Hawk 2 Girl,
It ends with a crypto scam. That's the
well,
arc.
it
That's
ends
the
with
end
a
point.
crypto scam, but she kind of got out in front of her own celebrity. There's a certain level of, I don't know if it's like good, but sort of managing her own level of fame there that was vaguely good for a time.
Oh yeah. No,
Congratulations, you're doing it right.
She got a manager the second she went viral, and ran with it as far as she
Yeah,
could.
which
I mean, I would
worked
ride
out
that
better
as
than-
hard as I could, because I would know
I mean,
that it was not going
get-
to not built to
Get it while
last.
you can, but also, she did end with a crypto scam. Let's not fucking kid ourselves here. That is evil. That is an evil thing to do.
she ripped off.
It's an evil thing to do, but
Okay, does
she
that
may
work?
come out on top because of it.
As the man said, if God did not want them to be sheared, he would not have made them sheep.
Fuck.
Okay, so I just put in the thing that unlocks all characters. I just sort of wanted to show off what some of them were.
Oh, is that a Okay, Kelly Slater, Ollie the Magic Bum.
Hey, I
got a magic bum for you,
Pally.
Is that a sexy
ball.
flight attendant?
Private Carrera is a sexy, army lady.
That's worse.
There we go.
That's actually worse.
Wait,
Yeah,
is
Wolverine
that? Did I hear that name correctly? Is she like a Tia Carrera?
I believe that's meant to be the reference. Pay attention to what the guy in the background is doing.
Okay, he's getting force
Being
choked.
force
That's pretty
choked.
Yeah.
That's fine.
He has reactions to a few characters. He gets kind of acts like he's gonna try to fight Wolverine.
Bubble up.
He
I would.
he cowers away from Officer Dick. He starts dancing when Private Carrera is there.
Beautiful.
As one does.
love
Let's
him.
see.
Did he do anything with the demon chick?
He does similar things to Private Carrera. If Ollie the Bum is on there long enough, he passes out of, I guess, because Ollie smells.
Yep.
Kelly
there you go.
Slater is here because at the time Activision was running the Activision O2 line, which basically was we're gonna do Tony Hawk's for every sport imaginable.
Bad.
The
Bad idea.
Yeah, as it turns out, surfing is really limited in that gameplay mode. It doesn't work.
Surfing's fun as hell. In person.
Yeah, but it doesn't work when you're.
Great.
Oh yeah, so he kind of does the same animation, but he also gets lit on fire. If you have Demon S.
I like that Demon S has maxed out stats. That's pretty
Yeah, and then you have the Neversoft Eye that has minimum stats.
cool. Well, I mean,
That makes sense.
poor peripheral vision to begin with,
Rude.
and that's gonna mess up your balance.
Okay, so there's a few other things I want to see if I can find.
Also, I do not want to be the guy who had to figure out the stats for Darth Maul and Wolverine. Like, what would make the most canonical sense?
Yeah, there's some bonus. I'm going to show off that this has a demo for one of the other games that did not succeed from the Activision O2 line.
I'm gonna come out in favor of Wolverine because he's got that low center of balance.
He is the best at what he does.
Exactly.
But yeah, this was the attempt to make the Tony Hawk formula work with snowboarding. Sean Palmer's pro snowboarder.
Snowboarding is also fun as hell.
Wasn't there a Shaun White game?
There was also a Shaun White
in
game
life.
many years later. He might actually be in this, although it's not in the demo.
I do appreciate that
That
Darth
is
Maul
the
has the hoverboard.
world's worst photo.
It's beautiful.
Why
like
would
it.
you choose that?
I think he gave them that one and said, "That's what I'm giving you. Work with it."
You gotta jump over the yuppies.
Yeah, it's the time. Now was the time, and space was the place.
Oh man.
Bonk the gondola.
Bonk.
Oh man.
So
Sorry,
it occurs
I'm
to me-
having. Oh, go ahead.
What if Officer Dick is actually the same guy as Dick Gumshoe in Ace Attorney?
No, Dick Gumshoe is
that-
noble.
Dick Gumshoe actually cares about people.
Yeah.
Officer Dick is actually Dr. Dick's like younger brother.
It's
Oh.
much less
Never
respectable
live-
younger brother.
So you
Yeah.
have to ask
Yeah.
him for help, and the turns out the answer is no.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dr. Dick-
Officer Dick. No.
Dr. Dick seeks to help people. Officer Dick has no such compunctions.
Oh, so it's like where one of them only tells the truth and the other only tells lies.
Exactly.
Exactly.
A tale of two dicks.
So,
So
you know
like,
what?
the way your dude
talking
just
about-
slid off of the roof there, that's hysterical to me.
This is the
I
Sean
can
Palmer
see how
experience.
This is
It's
from
like,
the Tony Hawk team because holy cow, is this Tony Hawk?
yeah,
Target's
but
listening
every
to-
3 seconds you careen past a goal that you're trying to hit because you're sliding down a goddamn mountain.
I love skiing and snowboarding, but
Yeah.
like this is not a great fit for a video game.
Like, you know what was good? You know what was already out and you could play? It was SSX.
Wait, what game is this? Snowboarding in Tony Hawk?
This is Sean Palmer's Pro Snowboarder. It was Activision's attempt to sell you Tony Hawk, but a snowboarder. God damn it! If you want to actually go back up the mountain, you have to get close to these fucking. You have to get close to the.
The snowmobile?
Yeah, the snowmobile or a gondola. So it's just a huge pain in the ass, and the game hates you. And
This ain't snowboard kids. It ain't nothing.
oh man, I love Snowboard Kids.
We all do.
Made by Rock Jeans, makers of many extremely disappointing anime license games in the intervening years.
It's like I love it when the anime license game is disappointing because it tells me it was a time in my life when I still had hope. It's like that was disappointing. Like pause.
Why did I have
man.
expectations for it?
Yeah, why did I have any expectations for anything? Oh, that must have been a time in my life when I was when so much had gone so well, but I never even thought about it.
It never even occurred to me that there was no rational basis for anything I was doing. So yeah, this is a game that I never even bothered renting. I played this demo once and was like, nope, I don't need more of this in my life.
Something I'm noticing is that, all right, having just skied quite recently, skiing uphill is a bitch, and so is snowboarding. But like the mechanics in this game make it seem like you can go up a ramp and then immediately lose all momentum coming back down it from going 3 feet uphill.
Yeah,
This is a
basically.
poorly designed game.
It's not great.
It thinks your snowboard is a skateboard.
To be fair to the poor developers tasked with making it, I'm sure they were given very strange directives about how it needed to function.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Mhm.
I'm just saying it's very. Watching this in motion is strange and unmooring.
Oh, definitely. It also has a completely appallingly bad Game Boy Advance version.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I'm
I'm in
thinking
favor
about
of
Officer Dick.
this.
Growing up in the same household as this guy who just loudly announces, "I'm Dr. Dick." It's like, I don't even want to go to med school, and I have to live up to this.
You'll always just be an officer, Dick.
That's it. Too bad, Officer Dick.
You're never going to be anyone's favorite Dick.
Never ever.
Yeah, just a deeply mediocre product in all aspects.
Very misguided too.
I love those overwrought lens flares.
Oh
That-
yeah,
that
that's
is
how you know it's on the
very much
mountain.
it. Yeah.
Also, this demo has one song.
What is the song?
I could not tell you. It's just like a new metal man scream. Pave myself again for what I didn't do. Realize I am nothing I wanted to be.
This is horrible. This is so
This is a
horrible.
demo that was included with the Tony Hawk remake.
It was included with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I don't think this will be finding its way into Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 plus 4. That would be a hell of an announcement. We are also remaking Sean Palmer's Pro Snowboarder. The entire world asks who?
I do have to admire your dedication, fanboy, in actually completing that entire level. There's no reason that you had to do that. There's no reason you have to continue to subject yourself to this.
Listen, people need to the people need to know.
What do they need to know?
Don't ask me that.
I'm just saying, we're your friends, fanboy. We don't want you to self-harm.
Yeah, you don't need to suffer.
But you don't
I'm
need
not
to suffer.
Goggle Bob. I don't need to suffer.
You're not Goggle Bob. Exactly.
Yeah.
Goggle
Bob, though,
Bob
needs to
suffering
suffer.
uplifts us all.
This is not the worst of the what if we made Tony Hawk on a snow implement games, because the 3DO company made Johnny Mosley Mad Tricks.
Oh, you mean the company that realized that first came audio, then came video, and now came 3DO?
Yep. Okay,
don't have any
that's about as much
sponsors?
Tony Hawk 3 on PS2 as I feel we strictly need to see, so I'm going to end the stream.
You know, the person
alright.
See you next week for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on the PS1.